Dear President, thank you for this timely exchange of views. In my report on strategy for humanitarian aid, approved in November by the European Parliament, a clear guideline was set regarding the connection between sanctions and humanitarian aid. The guideline makes more sense as a global framework, but let me to highlight two key ideas. First, calls on the Commission to carry out analysis of the impact of sanctions on the delivery of humanitarian aid and to adopt standing humanitarian exemptions in the autonomous sanction regimes in order to ensure humanitarian assistance and support for basic needs in contexts affected by armed conflicts as required by international humanitarian law. And the second calls on the Commission and the Member States to include international humanitarian law violations as a criterion for listing individuals or entities in the relevant EU sanctions regimes, and to vigorously prosecute and sanction those who use starvation as a weapon of war. The level of demand imposed by the multiple humanitarian disasters to which the international community and the European Union in particular have to respond makes the reflection on the impact of sanctions on humanitarian aid even more critical. Beyond the systemic lack of resources, humanitarian aid is now faced with increasing systematic violations of humanitarian law and increased blockages and risks in the distribution of aid and in the actions of humanitarian agencies and organizations on the ground. From a context in which the focus was on preventing sanctions for having the ultimate consequences for reducing the capacity to respond to humanitarian needs, we are now faced with scenarios in which sanctions are increasingly necessary for those who prevent the execution of humanitarian aid and for those who use the suffering of peoples as a weapon of war. People are sanctioned every minute by those who use their suffering as a weapon of war. The use of sanctions in humanitarian aid must increasingly be seen as a vector in the systematic approach to promoting peace and development. In other words, we need to rethink sanctions, not just in terms of humanitarian aid, but in terms of the broader triple nexus. Thank you.